Welcome to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, founder of the Reiki Business Collective and creator of the Build Your Reiki Business program, sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business. Greetings, welcome, and thanks so much for tuning in to this surprise episode of the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. In this bonus episode, I'm bringing you a clip of the Be a Content Boss workshop. Yes, a clip of the recording from this past workshop. The Be a Content Boss workshop, of course, is all about content and is part of the Build Your Reiki Business program and the forthcoming Build Your Distance Reiki Business program. Yes, indeed, I'm working on a new Reiki business program focusing specifically on distance Reiki business. You can get on the wait list for that program at standingstoneshealing.com/distancebiz. The link is down below, but here is an excerpt from that powerful workshop in celebration of the podcast's first year and this number 2 most popular topic. Thank you. You know, this workshop is called Be a Content Boss. And the truth is that content and working on content is the kind of thing that we are all always doing, that we are all always improving on. Now, I like to think that I'm a content boss, but the truth is that I have a lot of work to do myself and a lot of progress to make myself, because our relationship with content and content creation is ever unfolding, ever developing, and ever growing, just like our Reiki business journey is. And so as our Reiki business journey unfolds, so too does our content creation journey. And so I really want to encourage you that you're going to go through all kinds of ups and downs, not only in your Reiki business journey, but in your content creation journey as well. You know, some things are going to be more popular with your audience than others. Some things you're going to have a hard time creating. You're going to have challenges with it. Some things are going to be like explosive and people are going to love. So just know that you're going to have ups and downs with your content creation experience, just like with your Reiki business journey experience. So I want to encourage you to really embrace that journey. So when we talk about our mindset as it pertains to content creation, we really want to recognize that it is an unfolding experience and it is a journey. You know, for my own content creation journey and experience, I know that I've definitely gotten better at it over the years. If you go back to YouTube and you scroll down on my list of videos, all, I don't know, 300 and something, whatever of them, at the beginning, you'll see those videos really suck. Like, they are terrible. I love to film outside. It was something that I really enjoyed, but I had the camera too far away. You couldn't hear me. You couldn't see me. They were a piece of crap. But that's the way it always is when we are starting out on our content journey and on our Reiki business journey too. You're gonna create crap. You're gonna create crap, and it's okay. You have permission to create crap. And I want to encourage you not to compare yourself to someone who's been creating content for years and you're like, oh man, that is so good and my stuff is such crap next to it. Don't compare yourself to the person who's been creating for years, and don't compare yourself to the person who has a whole team of people creating content for them. The big names have whole teams of people creating content for them. And if you, like me, like the vast majority of Reiki business owners, are a sole proprietor where you are the sole person, you are it, and probably you don't have any employees either. Maybe you might have an assistant here and there at times, but largely you're the one who is doing all the stuff. Don't compare yourself to the ones who have been doing it for years and have a whole team. So know that you're going to create crap and give yourself permission to create crap, especially because at the beginning of your content creation and Reiki business journey, not so many people are going to see your crap. So the best time to create crap is at the beginning. You know those videos I created on YouTube that are crap, where I'm sitting in the woods and I'm talking to a camera that's like 20, I'm not even kidding you, I had it like 20 feet away. You can't hear me. No one saw that crap. And that's absolutely okay. So know that as you are creating, you're going to create crap, and it might even be cringeworthy. But when you are new, it's the best time to create crap. So give yourself permission to create some crap. Now, along with the mindset of content creation, I've got a question for you. You're all social media users. Drop it in the chat for me. Whether you are a searcher or a scroller. So when you are on social media, let me ask you this. Do you scroll? Drop a yes in the chat for me if you scroll on social media. Yes, you scroll. The vast majority of social media users are scrollers. What this means is that, you go, you see your feed, you see what's being fed to you, and you just scroll through it. Now, if you do this, you are not alone. The vast majority of social media users do this. And social media is set up in a way that encourages you to scroll. So they want you to scroll. They want you to be scrolling because it keeps you on the platform longer. Whatever keeps you on the platform is what the social media platforms want. And so that's how they are set up. And so if you are a scroller and you find yourself scrolling, know that that's what the social media platforms are designed for. That's what they want you to do. And the scrolling is oftentimes one of the biggest challenges to content creators, because what you're doing when you're scrolling is that you are allowing content to be fed to you. So you are taking a passive role in content. You are taking a passive role in what is being given to you on social media, and you are being a consumer rather than a creator. And so when you are scrolling, you are engaging in the role of consumer rather than creator. Now, if you are a big social media scroller, again, please don't beat yourself up. This is what the platforms are created for. This is what they're optimized for. And so if you find yourself scrolling and then you look up and 15 minutes has gone by and you're like, where's the time gone? Or like even an hour, where's the time gone? It's because that's what the platforms want. They have all kinds of people working on their team to help you do just that. So know that it is not you. It is the mega giants that social media are, and the ways in which they create their platforms to make you scroll. But I want to encourage you that when we talk about being content creators, we want to turn our mindset from being a content consumer to being a content creator. So from being someone who scrolls to being someone who creates the content that people are going to scroll past. Well, hopefully they'll click on it. We'll give you some tips for helping them to click on it. But the idea here is to turn our mindset as it pertains to social media and the way that we approach it, and to turn our mindset, even in a very fundamental way, from being a scroller to being maybe more of a searcher, so that when you go to social media, you have a goal, you have something in mind of what you want to be doing, and you go directly to the places where you want to go. Maybe it's a group, maybe my groups, maybe it's a particular page or pages, but that's searching on social media and being an active participant in it rather than a passive scroller. And this is important to content creation because it means that we are beginning to change our mindset around how we use social media and how we engage with it. Because what can happen is when you get in that scroll mode and you're scrolling, you're seeing all of the stuff that everyone else is creating. And you, in that passive, I'm going to consume the content mode, are not in the active, I'm the creator mode. Does that make sense? Yes. So I want to encourage you to begin to shift your mindset from social media consumer to social media creator. Now, consuming has its role, of course. It also has its role in the algorithm, honestly. But consumption does have its role on social media, but you want to turn your mindset from a primarily consumer to primarily being a creator. So this will be really important. And you can do this in increments by simply doing something like setting a timer and saying, okay, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes just to mindlessly scroll. And then that's it. No more scrolling. And I am creating and I'm done with that. Or going to social media specifically with a goal in mind. For instance, I'll have something that I call Power Hour, where I will go in and I will do all my social media for the day in 1 hour. Boom, 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 boom. So all my groups, my messages, everything that I need to do, Power Hour, I'm powering through it. That's what I'm doing. You better believe it. In Power Hour, I am not scrolling. And so if we can get into that kind of focused mode, then we can have a real ownership over our social media use and over our approach to content as well. So content really matters because content is, and let me explain what content is. Content is things like your social media posts, videos, lives, audio, podcasts, blog articles. It's all of the stuff that we put out there. And it can come in all different kinds of formats. This indeed itself, as a workshop, can and will become content. How? It will be course content with Build Your Reiki Business, and it may turn into content in some other way, shape, or form in the future as well. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But so there are all kinds of formats for our content. Does content include email? Excellent question. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Emails are content as well. And so it's all of the stuff that you are putting out as a representative of your Reiki business. And so it takes all different kinds of formats and probably formats that don't even exist yet. So in the future, you may be doing Reiki business content in formats that don't even yet live, which is kind of exciting to think about. But content is important because it is a way for your audience to get to know you, to like you, and to trust you. Now, everyone who has signed up for this workshop has consumed my content, my business's content in some way, shape, or form. You know, maybe you've had an appointment with me. Maybe you've come to one of my other workshops. Maybe you've taken a course with me. Maybe you've listened in on some of my videos, my podcast, my Reiki Business Collective interviews, whatever it might be. The chances are pretty darn good that you've engaged with some of my content at this point. And that content has helped you to get to know me, to get to hopefully like me, or maybe not. Maybe you hate me, but you're like, but this guy puts out valuable content anyway, so I hate him, but I'm still going to follow him and still going to get his stuff. That's okay too. If it's helping you, that's okay. You don't have to like me and to trust me. And here's the thing. I know that you all trust me on some level because you paid for this workshop and trusted that I was going to show up and do it. Especially online, it would be so easy for me to be like, thanks for your money, bye-bye, and just not show up for today's workshop. And then, oh, you want a refund? Sorry, no refund, not giving it. And then I just take your money. It would be so easy to do that. So on some level, you trust me too. So I want to say thank you. I'm honored by that for sure. So the content that you put out helps your audience to get to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And this is a relationship that takes time to build. And so most often, you're not going to look at one piece of content that someone puts out, a post, for instance, and be like, wow, I immediately trust that person and I'm going to give them all my money. Probably first, you're going to consume some of their content, probably multiple pieces of their content. We know that it takes, they say 5 touches in order for someone to want to get to a point of purchasing with you. We actually have upped that. It's more like 8, oftentimes even more now, touches for someone to feel comfortable with booking a session with you, paying for a workshop or a class or something like that. The vast majority of your potential clients, when you meet them, are not yet ready to purchase from you. And so putting out content allows them to get to know you, like you, and trust you to the point of potentially being ready to purchase from you. Thanks for tuning in to the Build Your Reiki Business podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and send to a friend. Learn more about the Build Your Reiki Business program at standingstoneshealing.com/build. Sending blessings and best wishes to your Reiki business.